Welcome back everyone to another video by me, Max on my Y, and today we are going over the T57 Heavy again. Now that's because I got back-to-back aces with this tank. I upload almost always chronologically, and it makes the most sense if I show you another T57 video because it's relevant. Okay, so the armor profile of the T57 Heavy, I almost always use enhanced armor. Now, with enhanced armor, as you can see, you can notice a trend. Now, from this view, we can notice everything good and everything bad with the T57 Heavy. What is good? What is good is that this entire part, including this hatch, is not a penetration. So you have this really red turret. But Maxim! Yeah, okay. Trust me, I know there's this, okay? This W-ish shape, or this U shape under the gun, or technically what is the gun mantlet. Yes, you can penetrate it. This is what you're gonna want to look out for with the T57, but to be honest, you can't. So your best bet in battle is to use as much hull down positions as you can, because that dramatically cuts down the area that you can be penetrated with. To hide the hull, because on flat ground your armor is basically non-existent, and even angled you have this hump over here that is still penetrable. If you're side scraping, well, you better hope that your enemy knows that they can penetrate you here. So because of the shape of the hull, because it's like a boat shape, any shells that hit here or here or here are going to ricochet. But as you can see, as soon as you angle a little bit too much, these wheels become penetrable. Now your track wheel is relatively safe unless they shoot in the upper section. So if you're playing the T57 Heavy, pray that they don't hit your spot or peek out like this very quickly, showing only this frontal part. However, even then, if someone shoots you here, you're going to be penetrated. Or, and if a T57 is fighting against you in side scraping, shoot here in these little track wheel positions. It is a safer shell than somewhere here. With that out of the way, it's been a long armor section. Let's get into the video. Okay, so right now, usually I go medium side, but on this map, but this time I decide to go to the heavy flank simply because they have more heavies than they have mediums and lights, and it would be pretty much a waste of time to go to the other flank, and it would leave my team at a disadvantage. I don't like the upper part because you can be shot by tank destroyers, and your hull is more or less almost always visible. Now, here's an important thing. You see, I spot them, but I don't shoot. First of all, there's no point. Their armor is red. I can't penetrate it. But the second thing is, I'm not spotted, which means that I have the element of surprise, which will soon let me to deal quite a bit of damage to this Minotauro. Now, the Minno's armor actually got a lot better with the buff to armor and the nerf to shell's penetration. However, as you see, I didn't even switch to the shells that deal more damage, or Pramo, and was able to miss one shell but deal 778 damage. Now, this is very important. This is what I want you to learn: how to push with an autoloader. Now, an autoloader has a gigantic long reload, so why do I feel safe pushing this Minotauro? Well, that's because I saw the IS-7 and the mouse push, or was it the Kranwagen? Yeah, it was the Kranwagen and the mouse pushing in, which meant that they're not going to have this Minotauro's back. I saw the mouse that was able to get a shell into the Minotauro, and since I have about 1,100 clipping damage, I knew that I could clear him at no cost to myself. That is the level of calculation, the level of thought you have to put into pushes with autoloaders. Many people call them YOLOs. Now, there's a very strong, big difference between a YOLO and a push, and what you just saw with me in the Minotauro, that was a push. That is what you should be doing in an autoloader, not YOLOing mindlessly. Now here, this was quite satisfying, getting a full clip out into the grille, and honestly, maybe a better use of my time would have been to help my Conqueror clear the Kranwagen, but at the same time, I feel like I got a little bit greedy. I just wanted damage, and I say, you know what, it's fine. I'm just going to clear the Kranwagen here, and I do, despite my mouse wanting to clear him, which is what led him to me instead. So now I'm going to activate shell reload boost, hoping to get 2 shells into that Emil, but I am unable to. And notice I'm always looking around, trying to find positions. Now that shell unfortunately doesn't hit. And now I'm thinking, okay, I have to help my T95. It is a 3 versus 3. My mouse is pretty healthy, my tutel is pretty healthy, but he's getting rushed by 2 players and he's a tier 9. So my first priority is to help clear this Emil, and my second priority is to just get a shell into the IS-7. I forgot that the grill was there, so I get shot. But now again, look at this. I'm going to be paying attention with his gun. I'm trying to get behind the mouse. I didn't go directly out. I waited until he shot, and only then am I going to go to the side and clear this IS-7. Another thing to keep in mind is as soon as you're finding it difficult to penetrate, switch to gold. You shouldn't spend too much time, unless it's very important, to try and get out more damage. Usually what matters is hitting your shells as quickly as possible. And it is important because that allows you to utilize your damage per minute. Now here I get spotted, but I have no idea where I'm spotted from. I know that I can take 3 shells total from the grill, so I just keep pushing. And then I see the red arrow, and he is able to shoot me, and I get really lucky here. And here, I could have cleared him if I had just hit my shell reload boost, but I forgot that it had reset, and so I forgot to use it. With 1 shell remaining, this is pretty risky, because if I miss it, he's probably going to win the next battle, but I'm able to make contact and win the game with 4 kills and 5,000 damage. Now, that game, really the most important part of it is pushing. It is how to push with an autoloader, and the level of thought that you need to put into an aggression with an autoloader. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye-bye.